Hey everybody, I happened to, well, I didn't find it. I'm here in Georgia, and turned out my mom was going through some things and found some of these old columns from my Montclarion days, and I was going to digitize it, but it occurred to me this is the 21st century now. That was 1994, and I can simply read them, and then YouTube would take my words and automatically convert my words speaking into text, and I'll digitize the columns that way. But also, I remember Ken Lewandowski was saying, hey, you should have a podcast. I'm not big on podcasts, but because I think that this is already a type of podcast. But the idea of someone wanting to listen to what I say rather than necessarily see what I'm saying is understood. So, in regardless of what that might imply, so I found this, or I picked this one out. It's the latest Mayoral microscope, and I don't remember the exact date, but I know it was 1994 because it concerns the mayoral election of 1994 that pitted the incumbent Elihu Harris, who would later become my boss, against the challenger Ted Dang, who was a real estate guy. And this is what I wrote back then. Okay, this is what I wrote. I like to write long stuff then. The latest, actually, I still do it today when the occasion is appropriate. This goes like this anyway. This latest in a seemingly endless series of candidates sponsored by the United Seniors of Oakland and Alameda County. It provided yet another backdrop for the evaluation of the ever-changing style of the mayoral candidates. Last week, I wrote that the primary difference between Elihu Harris and Ted Dang was that the former had a tactile feel for government that the latter lacked. Well, in what appears to be a rather complex chess game, Dang adjusted his approach to be more personable, and did so without his book. Ted used to carry this book around, his book of plans and everything. And he said, then I went on to write, while it can be said that he is improving in his style, the debate format, in my view, is the real problem. Let's review the candidates' responses to selected questions, and you'll see what I mean. The first question concerned the matter of multi-purpose senior centers. The concept is to have food, health, education, and community meeting space under one roof. The seniors wanted to know what each candidate would do to make sure more money was available for these constructs. Ted said, and I'm trying to read this thing, it's got light and all that. Maybe if I use this as a backing, it might help, right? Let's see, hold on a second, folks. Yeah, that seems to help. Seem like that, okay? All right. At any rate, Ted said, I certainly support the concept of having more multi-purpose centers. And I'm disappointed because 4 years ago, the mayor promised to have one in every district. And today, I think he has only 2. This one, which actually was here before he took office, and one in East Oakland on Brookfield Street that was completed last year. I understand that after it was open, it was empty because of lack of funds. The program was supposed to be intergenerational. This is page 2. Where young people and old people can work together. But I'm afraid this hasn't happened either. I think we can stretch our existing funds to provide services. I believe that non-profit groups can provide the services senior citizens need. And this is where I chime in. I say, so far, there's nothing new here. Ted attacks the existing performance record of His Honor, the mayor, in this category, while the mayor, and I have to say, I stole His Honor from the now late Herb Caen. That was something that he always used, His Honor, right? While the mayor, anyway, Ted attacks the existing performance record of His Honor in this category, while the mayor, ... Well, read his response. The senior centers that we have are indicative of the direction we want to go. There are senior centers in each council district. We must strengthen the network of senior centers. We need more senior centers than just one in every district. The senior centers were built with Measure K funds. Mr. Dang voted against Measure K funds. We are also working to build senior centers in North Oakland and West Oakland, and they will be finished by the end of this fiscal year. Mr. Dang has talked about eliminating the Department on Aging. In eliminating the Department on Aging, he will eliminate the coordinating point within the city that has emphasized the leadership and the direction of our efforts. We want to do more. We will do more. And this is where I come in. I say, herein is the most important style change in the debate. Mayor Harris started using the term "we're working on" rather than "we have done X, Y, and Z." In the forums held on the week of October 2nd through October 7th, the mayor was aggressively presenting his record, whereas today the mayor defensively discussed his work. This pattern became more intense during the answers to the second question on protecting senior citizens. When Ted Dang went on for the mic, he grabbed it as if he were choking a live chicken. Quote, "I have never proposed eliminating that department," said Ted. "What I have proposed is to reduce the size of the Department of Aging staffing where we can increase the services to the community." And on the matter of crime, Ted trotted out the same crime statistics that show an increase in the rate of crime over the last 4 years, where Elihu used the newest numbers showing a decrease in the rate of violent crimes over the last year. Attack and defend. Attack and defend. While these candidates' forms are valuable, there is a somewhat of a consistent theme of attack and defend that can be seen within them. What the candidates just miss, and what needs to be discussed in a different format, are the problems of running and doing business in the inner city. It's no secret that the number of jobs have been growing around Oakland, in other words, outside it. The debate on population and development in East Alameda County underscores the increasing economic tension between Oakland and the cities of Livermore and Pleasanton. We also need to talk about what to do to help our Oakland kids, specifically low-income African American and Latino youth. These issues have only been briefly covered, yet they form the bedrock of Oakland's problems. Another burning question that has not been addressed in these forums is this: how will you, as mayor, bring the council to agree with your perspective on the following issues? The power of the city manager. Let's think about that. Community policing. Police officer overtime compensation. Business retention. And neighborhood redevelopment. We need a debate format that really gets to the matter of the soul of Oakland. This question and answer, punch and counterpunch approach is not working. That was my column in the Montclarion from 1994. And I think it points to a difference in how we report the news, comment on the news, and think about the news. Then, this was a lot of detail, and I remember Chris Treadway would always tell me to try to get the length of my columns down to like 600 words. This is about 2,000. But also, there was a lot of thinking about cities and development. I don't even see this today. Partly because we don't have the time to sit and read. Well, we do, but we don't do it as much. Mainly because there's all this other information passing by us. There's news to titillate us, news to shock us, news to anger us. Millions of times a day, we just have to decide where we're going to go to pick out what we want to learn. You want to learn about Godzilla? Here. You want to learn about WonderCon? Here. You get the idea, right? This was a pre-internet time. What I'm holding is time in a bottle. And I think because of it, we were better able to focus on one thing and draw out the details about that one thing, whatever it was from a perspective of news, right? But the reason why this kind of news isn't as prevalent is because of the time it takes to make it versus the number of eyeballs that want to read it, such that you can put ads on it to make money that sustains it. There you go. Now the question is, would it work in a video format? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. I've got more. This one's on urban growth boundaries. Urban growth boundaries, yeah. Another favorite topic of mine back then. All right, see ya.